So, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and girls, nerds, geeks, and otaku, welcome back and welcome home.
Well, hello there, Applebites. This is your Applebite Written Writ Ralph talking to you straight from our show here, The Written Writ. So where you and I and you get creative, have fun, and geek out. Right now we have our guests, and of course, Paul Hebert hanging out with us. We are going to get busy, get going, and get doing stuff. And of course, this Friday, we're going to be doing our Christmas in July show with a couple of your favorite Christmas themed people. So I hope you guys all join us as well on Friday for some festivities. And if your thing is more of a Summerween, then why don't you join us on July 31st for our Summerween special, where you'll see people like Dirk Manning and a couple of other guests that you might know, and all spooky people. But right now, we will be talking with our two guests today, and I gotta say, you guys are going to be having a lot of fun. We met Anil at CradleCon. There you go, Cradle Aviation, and then we met Andrew at EternalCon, and two great shows. We have a lot of fun, and it's just a blast. All right, so who wants to be the first victim? I mean, the first guest that will be talking today. Will it be you, Andrew, or you be you, Anil?
Anil, you're above me. You could start first.
Can I choose? No.
Paul can choose.
Well, I can fix that. Look, now it's you.
All right, you got me.
Well, even better. Hold on. There you go. That's both of you.
Very good.
Hey, folks, we have fun here. What do you want? All right. Let's make it easy. Anil, why don't you tell the people all the good stuff, all the great, fantastic stuff? Give them the spiel.
I'll volunteer as tribute. My name is Anil Serpin. I am a writer. I started my own comic book company. It's called Slow Comics. We do stories that are ideally based on nature in some way, shape, or form. So our debut graphic novel has just released this year in April. It's called Nandi and the Castle in the Sea, as you can see on the screen there. It's a 368-page full-color graphic novel. So we have a whole lot of cool artwork in there. I'm the writer. I hired a professional artist named Cheryl Chang. She's really, as you can see here, like fantastically talented, and I was really lucky to have her. So we started working on this in 2020. I finally finished the script, and it was just 5 years of just really hard work from her and a little bit from me to get this out. We just released in April, and I've just been on the con circuit since then. I've done probably 10 or 11 cons this year already.
Woo.
In just the past 2-3 months. And
God bless you, Anil. I do want
yeah, I have a wife and 2 kids, so it's taken a bit of a toll, and I'm going to slow down soon, but I really wanted to build some momentum at the start. So yeah, I've really been having a lot of fun at those. I bring my family with me when I can, and we have a fantastic time at every con.
I gotta say, like most cons are very family friendly, so it's a good thing, and the kids get to have a lot of fun, and the networking in these events is just out of this world.
Yeah, it's been huge for me. I've already made a ton of connections and just met a ton of amazing people and artists, especially like, as a comic book maker myself, I like to find other people who do their own independent projects, especially stories. And so, my favorite part of each con is doing book swaps at the end. And I just have this building collection and I'm going through it slowly, having a lot of fun with that.
Oh, book swaps are great. Fantastic. I like when everybody gets together and starts changing things over and go, come on, let me know what you think.
Yeah, I tell everyone, have a look at it. Let me know if you hated it. You can DM me and tell me why, and that's all good too. So, yeah, but my hope is that people enjoy this book.
So tell us a little bit about it. Well, what's the story? Go ahead, give us the spiel to the book.
So this is actually a great page that you have open here. This book is about a magical island. It's called Crescent Island. And on this island, you have two types of people living there. They are the sea folk and the wood folk. They coexist on this island. And they are both native peoples of the island. So when there's a threat to this island from outside forces, they receive a blessing from their guardian spirit, which is this dragon you see above. His name is Baobab Vaja. And they get the blessing in the form of two gems. There's a red one and a blue one. The red gem gives you the power of fire and near immortality, but it also unleashes this darkness in your heart that makes you want to keep that power for yourself. And so we say near immortality because the blue gem bear, they are the only person who can actually kill the red gem bear. And their job is, when the island is safe, everything is good, they have to get those gems back and put them in their rightful place to restore that balance.
Ooh.
But in the present day, the man who runs this island, his name is Verdun, he's had the red gem in hand for 30 years already, and no one knows where the blue gem is that entire time. And so that's the world our protagonist Nandi is born into. He's a woodfolk boy who happens to be living with the sea folk. You have to read and find out why that is. And he kind of just wants to hang out on the beach with his friends all day, but unfortunately things don't quite go that way for him.
Love it. Love the whole way you've put all this together. It feels like a story we know, but at the same time, it's not a story we know. That's always great.
Yeah, it's a very unique setting and plot in the sense that it's a fantasy and steampunk mashup. So you'll see a lot of this, like on this page, you can kind of see that contrast between the nature aspect and then that steampunk aspect. And the reason for that is that villain I mentioned, Verdun, he is in his head pushing progress onto the island and moving them forward, kind of against their will. So you'll see a lot of these little forced kind of steampunk aspects on the mostly natural island. And so you get this very interesting looking contrast of like airships with these tree houses and, wood and brass kind of mixing together. This cute little dog here has a brass leg.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just little things like that. The island itself, the setting is based on a lot of travels I've had, especially mainly my travels to Venice. And I loved when I was there just the concept of not having roads and just having canals instead and getting around on the water. So you have these creatures here, they're the water horses. And so the roads in this island are all canals. And just on that next page there, actually, you could see the houses themselves. They are actually all tree houses. There are no non-tree houses, so they don't even call them tree houses. They're just houses on this island.
Well, it makes sense if you're making houses. You don't want to be tree houses to you.
Yeah, and then that it's kind of like you don't call a Philly cheesesteak in Philly.
Exactly.
Right. So you have that, and then my travels to the Amazon rainforest were a huge impact on me, and so this island is kind of a combination of Venice and the Amazon rainforest. It's as if you took Venice and you just plopped it into the jungle, and you get this.
My mouth is watering, and this stuff's just beautiful. It really is.
So much. Here we have.
It'd
be really cool if there's a link in the chat. That way I could buy it from you tonight, but that's not happening yet. So we'll just talk about it.
I was letting him talk so we can build suspense, man.
We have I do have a website. It's slowcomics.com. The only thing available on it for now is our book, but you know, my ultimate goal is to be not just a writer, but a publisher of other independent creators, especially ones with nature-based stories. I love fantasy. I grew up reading it and watching it and consuming it. So you have these mushroom wizards here. They are, you know, one of the many original creatures that appear in this story. These wizards are called our keepers. You have, in order, you have the timekeeper, the secret keeper, the safe keeper, and the promise keeper. And so I just took words that exist in real life and I kind of put a twist on them. So the timekeeper, for example, can see the future for you, but you have to pay with your lifespan to see that future. And so each one has these kind of original concepts. I made a fifth keeper, a cosplay. I don't think you saw it at CradleCon, but in my most recent ones, I finally got a whole outfit together. It's got like this mushroom wizard hat and everything. And so I'm one of those keepers, and I'm calling myself the bookkeeper. Yeah, so you have this outfit I made just for cons.
I gotta say,
My appreciation of you, Anil, has even surpassed my own. So this is great. I love it when, you know, modesty and humbleness go out the window to promote your work. So I shared values here with you, bud.
I gotta say, and one of the big reasons why you caught my attention right away was because, well, one, you were right there at the top of the stairs when you're coming up the stairs.
Yeah,
and then
the
you made
location
it
was great
easy
there.
to look at you because you got this beautiful setup,
It looks
and it's eye catching.
yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I have this window. Everyone keeps calling it a hobbit hole. It is not. I get the comparison, of course. So I made it because the architecture in the story is very circular. You won't find many corners in anything. Like even the walls tend to be rounded, and so I tried to emulate that in the window itself. I'm a big fan of woodworking, so I built this in my uncle's garage. I've been lugging it out to every con.
Wow.
It gets a lot of compliments and a lot of attention, thankfully, and I'm sure it's done a huge job for me in helping me sell the books.
I gotta say, it's a great idea because one of the things that you want to do at a con is stand out, and this makes you stand out.
Thank you. Yeah, I got to finally have a backdrop as well, so when people look through it, it's not just like my neighbor behind me, you know.
See, but I like that. I like the fact that you're trying to figure out how this works, how to do it. You know, because you know you want to immerse the person into this world. And I got to say, the piece alone immerses the person because you know, especially when you got the door closed.
Yeah, I like to close it. I have a little close sign on the back as well. So. Yeah, thankfully it's been really good, and it's helped a lot in terms of just as you said, like getting people's attention at cons. And each con I go to, I change it a little bit, I add to it a little bit.
I love it.
You know, I get comments like that you'll see like right on that door. There's a little, you can barely see it in the video, but a little mushroom shelf that I put the book on. That was an idea of a 9-year-old boy at one of the cons. He just came up to me and he said, "Hey, on that door, you should put a shelf and put your book on it." And I was like, "Dude, you should charge for these ideas. Like, that's genius." And so I did it. I just threw a shelf on there, and you know, so just small changes. I'm obviously, this is my first year on the circuit. I'm a noob at all of this, but it's been a really fun, you know, learning experience, and everyone around me has been really gracious in giving advice and helping me to learn and grow. So I love the community. Everyone has just been fantastic so far.
I gotta say, for somebody who's new at this, you really could teach a couple other people a couple of things.
I love it. I think a draped vine over the top would be really cool, and you know, have like a frame that window. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, a little some like, oh, you mean on the arch, right? Like,
yeah, exactly, like ivy or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I love the mushrooms. I love the grass. I mean, it looks like you planted the stuff there and it's growing. It's amazing. It's so cool.
Thank you.
I'd even push it further. I'd say maybe put some speakers in there and get some nature ambience in there. Hear some sounds and stuff like that as you're going.
I've really thought about sound. I'm like, should I do it, or am I going to be a nuisance to my neighbors?
I think the same. It's like you got to feel it out of how much you blast it, but for that's just breathing immersion. And once you hear some like natural ambience in there, I think that
could be really cool,
sensational.
Yeah, I think you play it by ear. You know, depending on where you are, what's going on, you'll figure out how high or low you should have it. Most of the times, you know, just the fact that you have it, and people as people come close and they hear it, they're like, "What's that?"
Is that a bird?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was that a bird? Was that the wind?
I think of the rainforest cafes when you
Oh, I
go
love
in
the
and they have,
rainforest.
like,
Yeah.
I know, like they had the sound and everything. I'm like, oh, that's what I want my booth to encompass, you know.
I gotta say, yeah, I can see it.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, beautiful folks, and of course I put the link in the comment section,
Thank you.
so you can go pick up the book there. So do
Absolutely.
it.
If you do it, you can also, find us on Instagram, Slow Comics, and tell me your thoughts. I'm super open to discussing it and hearing people's. It's actually been nice and controversial. I get a lot of different opinions about the story itself and decisions I've made. So that's been really fun and engaging. So I'm very open to just discussing these things. I'm not famous yet, so you guys can.
I'm always interested in what when you let the people read stuff. So what have they been telling you so far?
Hard to say without spoiling anything.
Mm.
Unanimously, everyone is a huge fan of Cheryl's artwork, which has been really nice to see. And I mean, I kind of saw it coming because she's just such a great artist. So my main concerns originally were never with the art; it was going to be with the storytelling decisions and the character development and things like that. So far, people love the characters, the humor, and things like that. It's more so the plot and the decisions I've made. It's been a nice 50-50 split between people like, I love that you did that, and then being like, I would have done this, and I think that's a really good thing actually.
Mm.
Just having getting that feedback and also not having everyone agree with every decision. When I read books, I generally don't agree with decisions, but I still end up loving them. So
It's so funny though, because as a writer, you also know that things happen. A cause and effect. And
Yeah.
it always bugs me out when somebody takes a cause and effect and go, "Why'd you make that happen?" I'm like, no, that's a cause and effect.
Yeah,
They did
something
this.
happened that made that happen. Absolutely.
Exactly. They did this, that happened. I don't blame me for it. It's just the way things go.
Yeah, I am a fan of the kind of storytelling style of taking characters that you've made and placing them in a situation and then letting your characters make their decisions without your influence and seeing
Exactly.
where it goes.
I completely agree, and it always bugs me out when somebody was like, "We shouldn't have had that happen." I'm like, "Well, it happens for a reason." It's again cause and effect. They did something, and there was an effect to that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but why are you making your character? How did I make my character suffer? He did that, she did that, and that's why.
Sometimes they bring it on themselves.
It's so funny though, because I feel like a lot of the times what we do is we start to see ourselves as the characters, so we don't want bad things to happen to the characters.
Yeah.
Or we start to look at the characters and go, well, they wouldn't do that. I'm like, well, why wouldn't they do that?
Right.
And to me it's always funny, especially like, let's say somebody who takes on somebody else's book. They come in and they change the character to the way they want the character to be. And I'm like, why are you changing the character? Shouldn't you be writing the character the way the character is? Oh, no, but you have to understand this and that. No. You're changing into the way you see the character instead of the way the character is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always an interesting thing to me because, we know that the characters did what they did because of A plus B equals C.
Right.
It's all things I always think about.
Yeah, and I think especially with this story, like people are just gonna get attached to the main, little group of boys because they're young and they're, you kind of find yourself connecting with them and then rooting for them. And so obviously when bad things happen to people you connect with, you just feel kind of bad about
Why?
Yeah.
I gotta say, some of my favorite books is me sitting there going, "Why did you do that?" Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm a big Brandon Sanderson fan, and he puts his characters through so much shit, and I'm always so much stuff. Sorry, I'm the first one that did that. And yeah,
I think I cursed a while ago.
Okay.
Oh man. See, folks, you're going to want this book because we're already discussing what the characters are doing, what they're not doing. Go check it out. Go read it.
Yeah, it's very much character driven. There's a huge ensemble cast. I tell people it's like kind of a Tarantino or Guy Ritchie vibe, but if you put it in like a Ghibli setting.
I love that. That's a good combination there.
Yeah, it's very fun. The pacing it's pretty quick. It's 368 pages, but it's a complete story, beginning, middle, end, all in one. You don't have to buy the second or third book to find out what happens. It's all in there.
You're giving them a whole slice of life.
Yeah, it's all of it.
There you have it, folks, and that's why you want to pick this up. And what conventions are you doing next, in case they might want to see you at a convention?
Not too many left. I'm gonna try to stop them after August because I'm taking my family to Japan. My wife is Japanese.
Oh, that's a good trip.
Yeah, my wife's Japanese. Her parents live there. My kids are obviously half Japanese. They need to go see their grandparents and stuff. So August we have Bronx. I think it's
Bronx Anime. We're going to be there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty fun looking one. I think it's a 1-day event, but it looks.
It's
really
a 1-day event. August 2nd.
Yep.
August 2nd, Bronx Anime, folks. We will be there. And next week, we'll be doing a special Bronx Anime show.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you want to come back next week for the special Bronx Anime show, you're more than welcome to.
Absolutely, yeah. If you let me, I'm happy to be there.
All right, folks. It is Andrew's turn. You were able to get rid of it the first time, but this time you got to do it.
Let's hear it,
Alrighty.
Tell the people all the good stuff. Give them the spiel as I show them this beautiful, cute stuff.
Thank you for having me. My name is Andrew Camera. I am a photographer from Long Island, New York, and I'm the creator of Toy Mininatures that you see before you. So it is a digital photographic art project that embarks you on a journey to a world where toys interact with nature. And the key is the interaction between the live nature in real time and the toys that are before them. And a lot of the things that I strive for and always want the viewer to convey or feel is the whimsical, wondrous, awe-inspiring themes that you could develop by imagining a story of if these two characters met. And that's basically my process of how to capture these.
How did you come to do this? Because I can see your photography. I can see how much time you spent on your photography. So how did you decide to sit there and go, well, you know what I'm going to do?
It started with 2 words: natural lighting. I love going outdoors for natural lighting. It's beautiful. It's easy. It just looks the best, and it's really beautiful to kind of capture, especially during golden hour, those morning settings. So I've always been one to take my toys outside and put them in an environment that really speaks towards how you would see the source material, like the one you're seeing right now, the Smurfs, those type of characters that just are asked to be in nature. So I started that, and I'm a big promoter of cultivating backyards or any area you can to invite nature and its inhabitants and bird feeders and koi ponds and what have you. So as it happened, a scenario must have occurred. I couldn't tell you exactly when, but a bird must have slipped in the shot, and I wanted to recreate that. I wanted to make it more precise where I can get more of these instances happening more commonly. And that's what brought me to Toy Mininatures as it is now.
I gotta say, as soon as I saw your stuff, it really stands out. And I have seen guys who do the scenes with the toys themselves. I like the fact that you added, the birds and the cats, and it makes it like a whole other thing.
Yes, absolutely. As I was mentioning earlier with the interaction, it's very, very important to me that it's done in real time. It's not composited. It's definitely not AI. It's something that you have that real life recognition of almost a bird's emotions being like, what is that? What's giving me this food? All right, I don't care, but it's essentially that cute interaction that people are recognizing and smiling at of, I can't believe that this is happening. This is real, that this is actually two things together, toys and nature.
So I got two. I got one, a comment, and I got a question. So my comment was, I love the bird with the Kirby sticking his beak in his mouth. That was awesome. One. And then two, how long does it take to get these shots, Andrew? Because you've got these animals coming in to your miniature setting, and it's like, what do you do to attract them? And how long does it take to get a shot? I mean, this is
yes,
good questions.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, that's a great question. It's probably one of the most questions I get often, because people are wowed with the patience, and I've been doing this for about 3 years now. Going back to how I say I like to cultivate the garden or the place I live in right now, it all comes down to the conditioning and the understandings of the birds now recognizing that this is a place of feeding. This is a consistent place that they can get food from. So initially it was hard because they didn't understand that this is going to be a place that they can receive the food when I started. So sometimes it would take close to 6 hours. I would have my camera out there just waiting to see if something would stop by just to inspect and then immediately fly away because they would, it's not something they're used to. Nowadays, I've been doing it, like I said, for 3 years. I'd say the average time now would be around 3 hours. You set the food up, especially once you understand around the bird feeding time, which I've been very, very cognizant and learned about now. Usually in the morning and close to dusk, around 4:30, they're ready to eat before they're going to go to bed. It's funny. The schedules that I've learned and the things I've learned about birds have been very, very amazing from toy photography, which I would promote anyone who'd be interested to be a birder to go through toy photography. It would be a dream. So it's really great. But that's the time that I usually have, about 3 hours, I would say, to set the scene and wait for them to arrive and get that nice interaction that you're seeing right now with Luffy and any figures that I have presenting them seeds.
Well, you have the patience of Ansel Adams. That's all I got to say. That guy used to wait hours to get the right light with his 8x10, landscape camera.
I love him. Yeah, I love
amazing.
Ansel Adams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This one I just shot recently. This is my most recent post. Sunny Angels was really big. And I've been experimenting lately with, trees and fruits, trying to nail down certain eating habits of birds and what they love. I would look up specific, eating habits that they have to attract them. So for this particular one, what you're seeing here are golden gooseberries that I've set up for a specific bird that I've been noticing has been trying to pick at the orange tree in the back, but it's artificial. So he was like stunned. He's like, I can't get it. Yeah, so I gave him the real stuff on the bottom and hopefully trying to get a shot that you'll be seeing very soon of that interaction as well.
What I love about this is just like, I know there's a food, acknowledgement, but it looks like the birds are really questioning what they're looking at, and it really adds to the character of the shot. It's like, what is a Smurf doing with a bat? And they're playing ball. It's not like they're just looking for food. They're actually saying, what is going on here? I love it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, Paul. The I have one shot. It's behind me where it's the squirrel smiling at C-3PO. And I say smiling because it almost looks like he has that happy emotion on him. And it's amazing that you're able to capture that in a still image, because it's not something you would think to wonder. It's like, oh, is a squirrel happy when he's eating? What kind of expression is he making? So the fact that I can evoke that and what you're thinking through setting up toys, it puts a smile on my face as well, because you just have those, even an open beak expression of him trying to get another seed, but paired with a bird scenario like this or with Smurfs conveys a complete different mood or setting. Like, I think I called this one loaded bases because it looked like they're all batting. So it's like he's ready to rush home.
How far away are you from the settings, Andrew? Like several feet? I mean, you can't be scaring the animals away, so I imagine you gotta be kind of quite a distance, no?
Yes, precisely right. I use a Canon 90D with a 300 millimeter lens. I'm usually zoomed in all the way. There are some chances where the birds are fully into eating and I'm able to capture it from just shooting the shutter off the DSLR. But most of the time, I have a remote shutter connected and I'm indoors and I'm looking through my phone
Oh,
to engage the shutter so that way the birds are not disturbed.
Oh, you're a sneaky
Mhm.
devil then, aren't you?
Yeah.
I try. I
assume-
try.
I assume you have like the whole disguise and like the plants around you and like hiding
It's
under
like
the
Duck Dynasty.
I know that was my first attempt. I tried that, but gosh, during the summer months, I would sweat under there, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way. I had the whole like drape that looked like camouflage and everything, and I got some great shots out of that. So it's a great point you made, but sometimes it's just so hot. I'm like, I got to do something else.
yeah.
You see Andrew in a ghillie suit before you know it, like crawling on the ground.
I know, right? Yeah, that's why I'm not doing any behind the scenes because that's what we'll be capturing.
Let's see. As a fellow nature lover, great job.
Thank you.
As they become more accustomed to you, they'll come closer. That is true.
I've heard so many stories. Thank you for pointing that out. When I do vendor shows, like Anil was saying, of like CradleCon, Eternal Con that I met you at, you have those conversations with people who just explain their stories of interacting with squirrels in particular, how you just have that interaction and that persistence and consistency of feeding them a peanut. They'll understand that you're there as a food source, and then before you know it, you try it through your hand, and you just, before you know it, right will come right into your hand, and that's the relationships I always try to get. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of smarter birds can literally teach each other about you, too. Like they'll be like, this guy's cool. Like he's good. Don't worry about it.
That's hysterical. Exactly. I think of that sometimes where like the birds must talk, where they'd be like, "Hey Phil, where were you? Oh, I was at the neighbor's house next
Yeah,
door.
yeah.
I got it from this nice bird feeder. Where'd you get your food? Oh, I got it from Shrek today. He's handing them out on a random cauldron. So I guess you could check that out as well.
I gotta say, like before you even said the word, I saw the images, and the first word that came to my mind was whimsical. So as soon as you said it, I said, "Yep, like you captured that perfectly," because that
Oh, definitely.
by far, like
Thank you so much.
it was instant. It was like, this is so whimsical, and then you said it. So I'm glad
Thank you.
you're going for it, because you got it.
I'd love to point this out right now, the one that you have up right now. This was a collaboration that I'm hoping to do lots more with, because the impressive content and creations that people made with what you're seeing here, needle threading by Bitsy's Attic. She's unbelievable. I've had the pleasure of shooting this dragon she created in nature, and just the proof of persistence actually landed on its wing, and that's how I got the shot. So it doesn't matter big or small, the thing that you can put out there, as long as you're consistent and you really cultivate a nice backyard, you'd be amazed with the things you can capture. Mm-hmm. There it is.
That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Wow.
So
Thank you.
cool. I might have to lend you my statue, Andrew.
I am a huge promoter, and I say this to lots of people on my Instagram, toy_Mininatures. Reach out to me if you have a toy. I've done a few that you love. Obviously, we'll take good care of it, but I'd love to, set it up in the scene. I'm even as open now for you to tell me the type of bird you want, and if it's around where I'm shooting, I'll give it my best shot.
That's so funny. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, like, I was actually thinking that before you even said it, that it would be great for you to collab with different people, with different projects, because what you're doing is, you're capturing this moment, and it could be a really big commercial for somebody. So you have things you can do. I can see people commissioning you to
That would be
take a
wonderful.
beloved toy
Yeah.
and make some beautiful things with it.
That would be very, very wonderful. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Because I gotta say, like when we saw you at Eternal, your stuff caught everybody's attention right away. I was like, what? What's this?
I appreciate you saying that. It's always a great feeling. I love to display them like how you saw me at a TurtleCon, where there's just up on the grid walls and it's just a wall. You know, you're passing by like a squirrel, and you're like, "What's going on here?" You know. So I love that. Thank you.
So at cons, you're showing your photos, like you're just lining them up.
I usually have a grid wall set up, and I show off my 12 by 18s and 4 by 6s, which you can see on my website, toymininatures.com. I primarily have those two sizes set up that you can order and look through as a gallery. But yes, the setup is usually grid walls, 12 by 18s, just stacked up and down. And then I have like a table setting with my portfolio out, like how you had with the book, and then 4 by 6s for people who don't have that much wall space, you know.
I like the fact that you give people options. Yeah,
I try. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I loved the portrait style. So when I shoot, I always shoot with the camera vertically up because I like the portrait setup. I think specifically to get that vast background that's blurry, so that we have more of a focus of the figures in front. They're not taking up all of the frame, but it's very much a pronunciation on them because the background is so blurry in the back that your eyes drawn immediately to.
You got it spot on, Andrew. Your depth of field that you use is just really incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you've really focused, the subject where the background is almost like a painting. It's just beautiful. It really is gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Oh, definitely. I was going to show off one. Here you go. Yeah,
my man Astrobot, we were trying to break in the new DLC levels. I was like, let's get them out. Let's promote it.
That's so sick.
That is too cool, man. And like I said, I can see it. Like, you get together with some guy who was working on this character, and if they have a character version of it, you can actually do something and give them like these fantastic shots.
Would be more than welcome. That's why I get inspired too by the stories that we just heard about, that Anil was talking about, and other vendors that I was seeing at, even the EternalCon. It's just anything nature based. I'm all for hearing about it, immersing myself in the story, and then imagining a scenario, dressing up my platform as you see here, to create something that could promote the style and story that the talented writers create.
That butterfly is incredible. I mean, I don't even know what kind of butterfly that is, but it's just beautiful. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Really is incredible.
Thank you so much.
I mean, this is on the caliber of National Geographic. I tell you.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Thank you,
Andrew.
Oh man, thank you so much. It's my goal for sure to shine not only the toy itself, but the creature that's there as well. Yeah, the nature.
For sure.
It's CradleCon, yeah. I was underneath. I was on the first floor, kind
I
of.
was wondering. I was going to say, like, I should have seen you, but if you were underneath, I can see why I didn't see.
Yeah, it was really great, though. Yeah, that was a good experience too. I'll definitely be back next year.
I'm obsessed with the Spirited Away one when he's on the swing. That might be my favorite. From like my quick.
Thank you.
That's my favorite so far.
I got to do more.
The Kirby one was epic too. You must get a lot of comments about the Kirby one.
I have so many. People love it because I have like 3 Kirby figures, and it's basically like, when in doubt, just Kirby it out. So like I'll just throw in the Kirby, and then like I'm like, if I can't have a shot, I'll try with Kirby because it promotes it promotes nature. Just anything that has that style. So yeah, it's definitely a top favorite.
Look at this one, man. Woo.
I think it's really good like coffee table book material as well.
Oh yeah.
Like a nice like a thick book of just your whatever, like however many of them, just nice big prints, and I think that could just be really fun to.
Thank you. That's a great suggestion. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. I would love to have them all displayed. Yeah.
That'll be something else for you to add to your repertoire of things. If you got a little book, and because sometimes people can't afford, to take the frames home, or they don't have space for it, but they can take a book home.
Yeah, my
Absolutely.
sister is definitely like the first person I thought of because she doesn't buy like just photos of themselves, but she buys books of photos, like so many of them. And so I instantly just
That'd
thought
be
of her.
great.
Oh, that would be pretty sick.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I'll definitely look into it. I'd love to.
Yeah, I'm on your Instagram page now. Excuse me, Andrew. I see you have a website there. It's really great that you could try and get to. That'd be awesome if I was in the chat. That's okay. We're just waiting.
Hey, I'm busy showing pictures. I am busy showing pictures. Look at
All
this
right,
picture
here.
right here. Look at this picture right here, man. That is fantastic.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm a
Oh,
huge Cowboy
man.
Bebop fan. Yep,
I'm the
and
big, yeah,
I
me
was
too.
me too, man.
I was trying so hard. So I have each of them. I have actually I have all four. I had Ed. I shot a nice photo of her, and Faye was great. But the problem with Spike and Jet is they have some weapons with them in a gunshot pose. So I'm like, I'm not trying to promote any violence with birds
Yeah.
whatsoever. So I wanted to work something where I can keep his action moves by also promoting some sort of interaction with the bird, and that is what you see before you.
Oh.
Look like magic. Time Enforcers has put the link in the comment section so my friend can shut up.
Make sure it works, though. Can you just double check to make sure it works? Just give me a second.
Oh, it should work. It looks like it does. And if anything, I'm about to do a double shot because I am going to put his site up there if my computer will play with me. All right, I see what you're having an issue with. Okay. You know, because if you do too many things, the computer goes, what? And this is the better computer, so you can just imagine. Yeah, the old computer used to fall apart if I did too many things. There we go.
I love that Andrew was my fellow guest on today because I think his vibe just matches exactly what I'm all about. So
Thought the same thing. Yeah.
It's funny that you both say that. For some reason, that tends to happen here on the show. I don't do it on purpose. People think I do. Then I'll be like, I'll put this one and this one together and let's see.
Excellent planning.
And then
with
it
this
just
one.
melds, and then we get this whole feeling that comes through the whole episode, and I'm like, okay.
You're welcome. Yes, I know I'm really good at this.
You just blew every perception I had you, Raphael, really planning things out, getting these guys together. It's like, okay, whatever.
It may be magic. I don't know.
Meanwhile, it was just telling me, "Hey, we have to push a week."
Well, if we look at that one, because I always say, especially as a writer, we things happen because they happen because they happen.
Mhm.
And in saying that, it happens because it should have happened, and then being pushed back a week all of a sudden kind of makes a complete sense.
Yeah, it brought it full circle.
Exactly. And that's how stories are. Stories are things that happen at a certain point in time that probably wouldn't have happened at another point in time.
Yeah, we didn't push back a week. We actually pulled last week forward today.
There you go. Oh man, yeah. But I gotta say, you guys have this aesthetic with each other, so it's really working. And I do like the fact that we're diving in and out, and we're in nature, and in showing nature off what it is, because I feel like nature needs as much help as it can get.
Absolutely.
Oh man. So, Mr. Paul, why don't you tell the people all about Time Enforcers?
Thanks, Raphael. So, Time Enforcers is an interactive digital comic role-playing video game that makes learning history fun. And this was an inspiration that came to me during COVID, and I saw the challenges for both educators and students in terms of learning in a virtual environment. And it wasn't great, and that's why I came up with this idea for Time Enforcers, which was to gamify the learning experience of history. And that's really the premise behind it. I mean, I have been a video gamer pretty much my whole life. I go back to 8-bit Nintendo playing Bugs Bunny, and it's just the type of thing where there are a lot of good things that come out of video games, and I just look at games like Destiny and Fallout and the amount of lore that they create with these games is just incredible. But I thought to myself, why can't we make lore that's going to be applicable to kids that they can actually use in real life? And learning history is one of those things that they can do to do that. And so I thought, most people approach history with a sense of dread, and I really wanted to make history fun and learning that. And that's what Time Enforcers is all about. First episode deals with the Galactic Space Time Consortium trying to figure out what's happening with the timeline. It's being disrupted. So they send the first Time Enforcer back to figure it out, who is Kaizen, and it takes place in feudal Japan in 1453. So the game is set kind of in the futurescape, but it goes back in time to feudal Japan, where you try to figure out what's happening to the timeline. And so the role-playing game aspect comes where you actually play as Kaizen, move around the screen, swing your sword, try and defeat enemies. And then the interactive storytelling is done through a comic book style of cinematic display, where we have word and thought balloons for the characters, as well as audio. So really, it's for readers of all levels that can play this game. You don't have to read along. You can actually listen and read it as you go. And so trying to make that an approachable mechanism to tell a story is important to me. That way, pretty much young or old player can play this game and still have fun. I do try to have some wit with it. I mean, I look at all the stories that I saw from like the 60s with the Batman and the campy style of that era in terms of what it is, and I try to interject that sort of feeling into it. It's really meant to be not a spoof, but really poke some fun and have hopefully some intelligent, humor with it. And that's why I love about doing this, is just creating these levels, giving ideas, and it's a comic book, so why can't I blow things up and have some fun blowing things up at the same time? The game itself is meant to be like a story, so there's an interactive table of contents that you go through. It tracks your progress through the game, so if you don't complete the whole game in one sitting, you can come back and start where you left off. So that's episode 1. I'm having a lot of fun. It has alternate endings, so if you want to figure out what it is going on otherwise, there's some Easter eggs in there as well. So I'm truly trying to play this out for the scope of episode 2, which I'm currently developing now, which is kind of exciting. So really looking forward to promoting this game. I love going to the shows, love meeting people at the cons. Telling about Time Enforcers is always great to see. When I say to a parent, yeah, it's a role-playing video game, interactive digital comic that makes learning history fun, all of a sudden the eyes grow wide and say, wow, this is a great idea. And I just hope I can continue and keep creating content for this, because I'm really passionate about it. I think it's important, and I just look forward to creating the content. It's just, I'm having too much fun with this, and dressing up in cosplay is another thing. So there we are, Neil. I know how you feel.
The professor.
The professor it was a hot day at Anitomo. That's why he's in shorts.
I was telling him that the professor here looks like the professor from Pokemon Go.
Man. We get a bunch of cool swag that we offer. We got T-shirts. We've got pet bandanas now too, because the character that's coming up in episode 2 is Togo, the sled dog that ran the Serum Run in 1925 for the kids that had diphtheria in Alaska. And then we've got the T-shirts are great. We've got 2 versions now. One in black where it says "No one can stop me now," featuring Chronolith, the bad guy, and a white one which features the Time Enforcers team. And then what else we got our blip chip too. So let's see. Sorry, the magnet is stuck, but we got a blip chip that was developed by Russ at Game of Tunes. So I love creating the toys as much as I love creating the comic. It really is a lot of fun to see this come to life. And one of the things I have going on is a promotion of artists in the industry. And I go to the different cons and I ask the independent artists, can you draw one of my characters in your style? And they're always willing to do that. And I try to pay them a commission because I really value their time and I want to make sure they're properly compensated. And the stuff I've gotten out of people are just incredible. I mean, I've had some big names do artwork for us, and I've had people that aren't well known, but the whole point is to get their name out there, and that's why I like promoting the artists on my website and the insert and social media sites as well. And just a little bit about episode 2. I mean, we're developing it now. I gave the guys here a demo of it earlier. I'm pretty happy about it. It's going to be featuring Amelia Earhart. It's going to be a Galaga experience. So if you remember Galaga from the 90s, where you're blowing up enemy aliens in space. It's going to be similar to that, but you'll be flying Amelia's airplane instead and defeating minions of Chronolith on the way. And so we'll feature Mira Earhart. We also have Togo, who I mentioned, and a new character that we're going to be featuring called Detective Nick O'Time, who's based on the detectives from the 30s and 40s, like your Sam Spade or Philip Marlowe. The thing about Nick is he's going to be totally cast as a grayscale character, so he'll be in black and white. Anything he touches will be turned to black and white if it's color. And then he has a device called a gumshoe debilitator, which is a magnifying glass that spits out blobs of bubble gum at enemies to incapacitate them. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. It really is a blast. And like I said, one of the things I think that's truly missing from the current genre of the MCU and even DC is just, we got to maintain this timeline. We can't disrupt things. It's like, no, this is comic books. You can do whatever you want and have a blast doing it while you're doing it. So that's what I love about this the most, which is pretty exciting.
I love this
That's the statue I was referring to, Andrew. I don't know if you could do him or not, but he's pretty big. Anyway.
Oh, I'd be down to try. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's huge. He's like 15 inches tall, so he might be too big for what you're doing, but I'll try and figure something else out. It's too large.
Very cool. Wow.
Shadow Rabbit did that. He did such a great job with that. He wanted to do Kaizen. I said, please go for it. And he spent so much time on this. It was just incredible. The detail that he has in his kilt is just amazing. It looks like it's moving the way he really styled that. And it's all modeled clay. It's really cool.
I love, and that's the thing about, you'd think I'd go for posability because you can get a lot of, different poses out of a figure. I'll go for a statue 9 times out of 10 if it's such an effective pose and it looks so good for the camera. I'll shoot that with different figures. I mean, different animals any time of day. Yeah, it just.
All right, we'll have to connect that. That'll be awesome. I love the motion.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That's awesome.
Might be freaking out the squirrels a little bit, but it's okay.
It's gonna get us.
That's great. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Shadow Rabbit does amazing work, folks. If you're looking for something that you want to be commissioned, I like to say he makes dreams into reality. So he can take your whatever you're thinking of and make it into that. And he gets really creative with it. Shadow's the man.
I'd have to get in touch with him myself.
Yeah, like I said, it's just, I think the biggest fun that I'm having through all this is doing the cons, visiting the creatives, getting to know new people and networking that way. It's incredible. I'm a creative individual myself, and I just love meeting people of other talents, and especially you guys. I mean, NAL and Andrew, you guys are just amazing. I just love the work you're doing. So keep it up. You're just doing really great stuff.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Shadow Rabbit is legend.
I wish I had a game like that when I was in school, because I was the worst student at any subject, but especially history. Like you said, it was just like the word history would just like send shivers. The kids. So if I had something like that, I mean, that would have been a godsend.
Yeah, that's really the whole point that I'm trying to do with this, Anil, is break down the barriers. That it's funny, even I pitch it to people sometimes, and they'll say history. I don't like history. I said, well, it's really the point of the game. It's so you do like history, so you might as well give it a shot. And
it's like,
you'd be surprised they keep turning away and walking away. It's like a 4-letter word when I say it. It's pretty funny.
One of the reasons I love what Paul is doing is because, my history teachers, the reason I'm a writer is because of my history teachers, not because of my English teachers. Wow. My English teachers said I would never be a writer. But I love my history teachers because they're the ones that gave me the love of story, and they brought it to me as a story. They brought it to me as not as numbers, not as dates, not as this is what happened. This is the story. And then you take that with you and you figure it out yourselves. It wasn't like this is the law. No, it's like, look, man, history is made by the winner of whatever war or whatever thing's happening. You need to look at it and see what the reality is, and then go figure it out yourselves. And I had a lot of history teachers that said that. So, I guess my history teachers were a little different.
No, it's true. It's funny. You look at the textbooks and they present it one way, but if you think about it, history is about people, right? And there's different facets to those stories. And that's what fascinated me about, especially like World War II. I love the Civil War, but World War II and Churchill's league, it wasn't league, it was department of basically he had a department of spies, a full spy network he set up. It was incredible. I didn't really know about that till about 5 or 6 years ago when I read the book, and it's incredible what they did. They set up this whole camp in Scotland, trained these guys, and then sent them over to Germany to infiltrate and do subterfuge to disrupt the whole German network. And you never hear about stuff like this. It's just trying to find these tidbits of history that people don't aware of. I mean, one of the characters that I'm doing for episode 3 is Benjamin Banneker, and this guy was an African American, lived during the American Revolution, excuse me. He invented the first wooden clock in the colonies with no knowledge of how to create a clock. He did it on his own. So this guy's a genius. He also was a surveyor of Washington, D.C., so he worked with Thomas Jefferson and all the colonial leaders at that time, which is just amazing to me because this is during the time when slaves were predominant, and he broke out of that and really made a name for himself. And it's just those tidbits of history I think are important because I think they're greatly overlooked. And I think if we bring those to light, I'm really hoping this inspires kids to really become more curious about who these people really were so that they can better their lives, because really learning about other cultures, learning about other peoples breaks the ignorance that people have and really unites people more. And that's what I think is really it's all about. It's really informing people that we're all different. It's okay to be different. And let's just, celebrate those differences together so that we can, live more harmoniously. So that's the way I look at it. So
I gotta put this up here. Become a god and write your universe.
That'd be awesome.
It's pretty much what it is. When you're a writer, you are God.
That's right. Rules be damned. Everything goes out the window. There is no sacred timeline. Screw that BS.
Oh man. Oh, so I need one. Why don't you tell the people one more time all the good stuff as I put you up here again? There we go.
Yeah, that is my debut graphic novel. It's Nandi and the Castle in the Sea. It's a 368-page full color graphic novel. It was 5 years in the making, and we just released this year in April. I've been really excited about it. It was 10 years in my head, and then it just wasn't going away as much as I just tried to ignore it. So I had to get it out on paper.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so I finally wrote that out. And it was 5 years in the making after that of really, it's just good hard work from my artist, Cheryl Chang. She's amazing. Her artwork is really beautiful, and it was exactly what I was looking for. I originally wrote it as a movie script, actually, and I wanted to get it animated as a film, and I realized if I sent this to movie studios, they would just put it on their pile of 1,000 other scripts and never look at it again. So I decided to, put basically all of my money into just going all in on getting this made, and hopefully one day you guys will also see it on a big screen somewhere.
Oh, definitely. From looking at this, you will see it. You're going to see it on a big screen, or an animated series.
Yeah, anything. I would love to get this animated at some point. That is my ultimate goal. But the book itself was really just important for me for it to exist. It has a lot of different themes and messages and philosophies, but the overarching one is that mankind often tries to manipulate nature, and sometimes that can backfire in very interesting and unique ways. Before you know it, nature is kind of manipulating you back. So that's probably the major theme of the story. You can see in here we have a huge ensemble cast. Nandi right there in the middle is our main character, but everyone is very important to me. To me, the main character is actually the island itself. It's Crescent Island. And so the world building aspects, if you're into that, it's just like by far the most important factor of the story for me. And I hope if anyone is open to checking that out, that you enjoy it. You can find us on slowcomics.com. Also slow_comics on Instagram, I believe. Or maybe it's just Slow Comics.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's go all the way back up here.
It might just be Slow Comics. I'm not sure if we managed.
There you go. Slow Comics.
Just Slow Comics. I think TikTok or underscore, but yeah.
The good thing I'm on the Instagram.
Yeah, slow
And
comics.
I'll make it even easier for you people because I know my friend's gonna be like, ah, you didn't put it in the comment section, so I'm not gonna go look at it. Come on, copy. You know what?
Command C, Command V.
There we go.
Yeah, recently I'm trying to up my social media game. It's just advice I got from other, really successful people at cons that I've been a fan of for a long time. One of them is my guy Mike Tony. He's like this really epic, just character creator and storyteller. And I saw him at a con, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's you!" Like I'm a big fan. And when we were talking, he was like, I told him I'm not really big on the whole social media thing, and he's like, "Get over it. Like, just you got to do it." And so
That's good advice. Yeah,
I'm trying to get more into it. I'm trying to build that and get more consistent with my online presence. So you'll be seeing me around more often, hopefully.
Wonderful. That's cool.
That is really great advice, and it's funny that you said that because I was actually having this conversation on my friend's Facebook recently because he put up this little piece that was saying that you need to just do it. You need to like put it out there, and I was saying that what happens is that people ask me all the time, and I'm like, dude, just do it because you don't know what you need to fix. You don't know what you need to do. You don't know you don't know what the next step is until you do the original thing, and without the original thing done, you're not sure where you need to go next.
Right. Yeah, and I basically just started viewing it as advocating for my life's work, and so when I do it that way, I'm like, it makes sense to just, if I'm all in, I might as well really be all in with this.
Exactly. Just do it. All right, Andrew, one more time, tell the people all the good stuff. Go for it.
Absolutely. Toy Mininatures, an imaginative journey between toys and nature. Support your local artists. We will be at Tropicon August 16th and 17th in Long Island at the Hyatt Regency. 2-day weekend. Also, Granite State Con, September 19th to 21st, going up to New Hampshire for that one. Looking forward to the celebrity guests at both. Reach out to me. This is what you see at my gallery shop page. And contact me for any sort of requests. And always happy to hear from you on my contact page or Instagram, toy_mininatures.com and toy_mininatures.
There's a lot of cons.
Yeah. Got a couple coming up. Yeah, I love to do the like a little bit of splash of the festivals, that promote the nature. I just did a lavender festival, and that was really, really fun. Definitely to improve some color palettes in my photos. So I try to do as much as I can. But yeah, it's really fun. Like Paul was saying, reaching and talking to so many of our fellow artists at these cons and getting great advice and seeing amazing setups. So it's a lot of fun. I hope to do more. Yeah.
There you see it, folks. You see the list right there where you can find them. And of course, Anil and I will be next weekend at Bronx Anime in the Bronx.
Yes.
Great show. It's on August 2nd, and you guys should go check it out. And of course, if you want more information, next week we'll be doing a special Bronx Anime show, probably on Wednesday. Yeah, probably on Wednesday.
It's gonna be a good time.
And we'll have a couple of people who will be there at Bronx Anime. At least that's the idea. Let's see what happens. Of course, Jesse couldn't be here today, but we have to show off his amazing Kickstarter, which is live right now. He is funded. He's at 2,351, which is pretty good. But folks, the more money a project has, that means the more money they can put back into the project. And nobody's making any money. Everybody's just trying to make the next book happen. So let me let him talk, or let the video talk for itself. Here we go.
Ash uncovers a mystery hiding deep beneath the earth. But before he can decipher the echoes coming from an ancient crystal, he awakens a dark secret. He and humanity are not alone. Now Ash must outrun the Stygian One, an ancient entity that feeds on fear. Will Ash survive long enough to learn the secret of the Halon Crystal, or will he meet the same end that many explorers before him have? Witness a scrappy thief with a heart of gold face the ultimate test of courage. Come, dance with the Stygian One in Ashes of Eden, Issue 2. Be not afraid.
Hi, I'm Jesse Judy, writer and creator of Ashes of Eden, the post-apocalyptic comic book journey about a boy and a girl who stand up for what's right, even when they're told that they're wrong.
With our last campaign success, we brought Ashes of Eden 1 to life by 200%ing our funding goal, earning the Kickstarter Projects We Love Award, and working hard to hit a rare 100% fulfillment for you on our first outing. Now, we're back on Kickstarter to take Ashes of Eden to the next level, and you on the next adventure with Ashes of Eden, Issue 2, a 40-page, supersized floppy that opens up the mystery of what happened to the world that came before. Back your favorite reward, like exclusive, signed, and original variant covers. A chance to be drawn in the book and become part of the world of Ashes of Eden forever. The one-of-a-kind, revolutionary Halon Crystal Season Pass. Literally, comics hidden in a magic crystal. Check out another video of this reward in the campaign because it's really special. And last but not least, the limited edition lenticular collector's editions of Ashes of Eden 1 and 2. So check out the campaign to learn more about these amazing rewards. Thank you for being here and joining me on my creative journey, and for watching this special presentation. Back your favorite rewards, and I'll see you on the other side.
There you have it. Always like when they actually explain it really well, so I don't have to talk all that. Go
Really
check
good
it out. It's a great book. We were at Anitomo together this weekend, and it's fantastic to see the book in your hands, at least the first issue, and all the beautiful stuff that he's doing with it. And folks, if you love video games, if you love role-playing games, then this book is right up your alley. And if you love Mega Man, let's see, what else do we got here? Oh yes, I have to do the shameless plug. Here we go, folks. The shameless plug. There. Shameless plug. Jorge Medina, fantastic book. I love the word of play with this, and I keep doing it as soon as I see it. Go check it out. This thing is at the sign up to get notified stage, and this stage you can help out considerably, because the more followers a project has, the better place it starts in the algorithm. And you can even start as a project we love if you have enough followers. So go help it out. Of course, he'll be on the show in October to talk all about the shameless plug. And if you guys are in San Diego Comic-Con this weekend, you will want to go talk to Jorge, because he'll be running around over there, and he'll give you all the beautiful stuff. And I think, there we go, Phenomenova. Phenomenova is a fantastic Golden Age type superhero book, and he is on the sign up to get notified stage as well. This book is fantastic. He has all this beautiful stuff that he's going to be throwing in there to entice you, to seduce you into getting this book. He will be here Monday to talk all about Phenomenova and all the things he is up to. So join us as he comes and talks and tries to seduce you into supporting this book. I think that is everything. Am I forgetting anything, Mr. Paul? Yes.
You can get Time Enforcers at any app store, pretty much. Amazon App Store, Samsung Galaxy Store, Apple App Store, as well as Steam. Mac, PC, Android, and iOS. And it's $2, less than a cup of coffee. So please check it out. I greatly appreciate it.
Getting that right now.
Thanks, man.
It's a great game, folks. You guys should go play it. It's a lot of fun. And if you see Paul at a convention, you'll have even more fun.
And feedback, please. Let me know what you think, good or bad. I'm open to constructive criticism because I'm working on episode 2 now, and I want to make it even better. So appreciate any feedback you guys have. Be great. Thank you.
Take my money. Oh man, folks, check out these beautiful people. They're doing amazing work. I will, of course, they're going to be on the show again because I like how they geek out, and I love what they're doing with their communities. That's always a big thing here, because you know what we say here a bit in Apple TV? We rise together. It's easier to rise to the top if we're all helping each other rise. So, folks, go help somebody out. Go pass it forward. Anything else, guys, before we go?
Just awesome meeting you guys. It's really a pleasure. Thanks again.
You
Right
too.
back at you, both of you. Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Anytime, guys, you can come on the show and talk. Anil will be here next week. He's already said so. So,
Andrew, it's going to be a while before I make a purchase. I got to go through your photos, man. They're all excellent. So I got to choose one.
Please do. Thank you so much. That means so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
all right, folks. On this show, when it ends, I press the button, and where it stops,